Okay, welcome to this mini study. What do you do with your life? Let's talk about what to do with your life. Your life, wake up every day, go out, come back. As a Christian person, as a believer in Jesus Christ, as a child of God, what do you do with your life? There's this fantastic passage in the Bible. I love it in the Message Bible, so I'm going to read from there. And we're going to consider it together and then see what to do with our lives. What to do with your life. Studying your life. Let's go to chapter 6, book of Galatians, verses 4 and 5 in Message Bible. Beautiful. Make a careful exploration of who you are and the work you have been given, and then sink yourself into that. Next one, don't be impressed with yourself. Don't compare yourself with others. Each of you must take responsibility for doing the creative best you can with your own life. That's mouthful. That's a whole lot. Let's take a look at these words. He said, make a careful exploration. People go on what they call oil exploration. They dig into their country lands and water resources to find out that they can have oil or mineral resources. But your life is more than any land or water resources. God said, make a careful exploration of your life. Explore what you have inside. Explore your abilities. Explore your assets. Explore your skill. Explore your tendencies and your preferences and what has God put in your heart? What has life brought to you? What have you gotten as experience? That's important. Like somebody said, what is your shape? What is your spiritual life? What is your stuff that you are dealing with? And make a careful exploration of who you are. You should be taking time regularly to just park and explore your life. Not just explore the country you live in or what you do, but it's number one, make a careful exploration of who you are. Then second, let's look how it says again. It says, and the work you have been given. What work have you been given? By God to serve him. As a married person, what is your work as a wife? What's your work as a husband? What's your work as a child? What's your work as a parent? What's your work as a worker? What's your work as a colleague? What's your work as a citizen? He said, make a careful exploration of your task, of your work. This is what to do with your life. If you don't find out who you are and what are your tasks, you will not do better in life. You will not feel good about your life. So he said, the work you have been given. You have been given certain tasks to do in the house of God. God has given certain talent to work with. God has given you certain gifts. God has given you certain responsibilities. As husband, as wife, as children, as parents, as friends, as church member, as ministers, as members, as colleagues, as citizens. These are different things we need to consider and explore them. Because if you don't take time to think about them, we won't act on them. So it's time to meditate and look at your life from that point of view and see, what are my tasks? Who am I? Who you are and the work you do. Then I love the third thing he said. Take a look. He said, and then sink yourself into that. That means get into it, face it, and get it done. Live every day to find out who you are and do what you need to do and carry out the different tasks that God has ordained for you in the land of the living. That's what will be our record after leaving this world. What we do for the Master, what we do in our relationships. And then sink yourself. We must face our lives and our task and get the job done. We should not be living our life in frivolities, just going for party after party. Yeah, we should go, but it should not become as our lifestyle. We should be spending time to explore our lives and our task and sink ourselves into that and be focused on that and not dabble into several things and get busy over nothing. We should be really proactive. We should be really focused, and we should get the job done and not waste our energy just floundering around. Then he said something that I love. The next thing he said, is first explore yourself, explore your task, sink yourself into it. Then let's look at what he said next. He said, don't be impressed with yourself. How important that is. That, Bible says, pride goes before a fall. You see, when you are doing well, you're carrying out your task, don't be carried away by yourself. Don't think that you're not superhuman. No, you're not. You're just graced by God. So don't be impressed with yourself. Don't think you are so important, you are so great, you are so awesome. That's the sin of the devil. That's the sin of Nebuchadnezzar. And they both were reduced down to the ground. God said about the devil, you'll fall down to hell. You want to go high, sit on the throne of God. Nebuchadnezzar claimed that he was holding the whole empire. And God said, you'll eat grass for 7 years. They became like a beast. So don't be impressed with yourself. Then, look how I say next. Don't compare yourself with others. Don't spend your time in comparison work. Oh, am I like, is he like, am I fitting like, thinking of class consciousness, looking at what you're going to do, comparing to others, to impress them, to show them. That can put us in a rat race. And when rats run, they're still rats. You should engage in your race, the race of faith. Like Paul said, I've kept the faith. I fought a good fight. I've run the race. So let's run our race. Let's not be comparing and contrasting with others and looking at ourselves. Finally, if you look at that, it says, each of you must take responsibility for doing the creative best you can with your own life. Wow. Take responsibility for doing the best, the most creative best you can do with your life. Don't settle for the good or the better. Let's go for the gold of your life. Paul said, this one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind me, and I stretch forward, strain forward. I press toward the mark of the high calling of God, the upward calling of God in Christ Jesus. Wow. So ask yourself, am I doing my best here? Have I put in the best? Before you say it doesn't work. So what do you do with your life? This is what to do with your life. Let's go through it again one more time. Make a careful exploration of who you are and the work you have been given, and then sink yourself into it. Don't be impressed with yourself. Don't compare yourself with others. Each of you must take responsibility for doing the creative best you can with your own life. I believe your life is a great life, designed by God for this time, for this place in human history. Your geography and your history are in his hands. And he wants you to bring out the best of it. Like he gave talent to 3 men. 2 took their talent, multiplied. The last one just buried it. Don't bury your life. Put it in circulation. Let's see God's glory in your life. Thank you for listening.